right, so I made my roux. I used about a cup of bacon grease and a little less than a cup of oil, and put it on medium-low heat, closer to low to be honest, but left it on for a while to heat up. And then added my flour after the bacon grease had liquefied and just stirred continuously, alternating hands, right hands and left hands, making sure to work the corners so no flour sticking to the bottom. And did that for about 4 minutes under that heat, and then turned the heat off and kept stirring for another 2 to 3 minutes as it cooled down. And really that's when it started to gain a little color. And to be honest, that's a little closer to étouffée color roux than you want. You might want a darker one for a really impressive gumbo. That means you just gotta put it back on the heat, keep stirring. It'll get darker and darker. You know, give it another 5 minutes, turn the heat off, and stir it for a couple more minutes while it cools, and you'll have a nice darker roux and be able to impress your guests or enjoy your meal a little better if you like a gumbo with a darker roux. It's an acquired taste, I guess, to some people, but I love it. It's just a lot of work. So I've made my roux. I just turned the heat back on to my chicken and sausage. Right after I got off the video, I had that on the heat and added about 1.5 tablespoons each of the liquid cocoa aminos and the Worcestershire sauce, and stirred that for a couple minutes to make sure that incorporated in every piece of vegetable in there is well saturated with the sauces. Now I'm just going to add my roux. I might zoom in a little over here. Sorry, because that's where the action's going to happen. Add my roux. Probably could have pulled that oil off. But my thickening agent, basically all the flour and all the veggies. Usually this is on the bottom, but it doesn't matter. Actually, to keep it from burning while I do this, I'm gonna add some veggies to this to help get the rest of the roux out and in the pan where it wants to go. It's probably more than enough. Stir that around, get it roux-y and gooey. Get all the roux off the sides, the bottom, boom, and then put that in there. It's all going anyway. Trick of the trade, and then it's just how meticulous you want to be with this before you throw it in the sink, but that's all good flavor. There's plenty more, so that one go. Spoon. Work all this in. Boom, boom, boom. On the bottom of that chicken. Bottom starts to get a little more color. Pull a little more flavor out. This is all bone in. Chicken, obviously, not the sausage. From the South, we will eat a pork chop sandwich now. Eat around the bone, baby. All right, let's see if we can do something to incorporate this just for a hair. And after I do that, I'm add my bay leaves. I don't add them yet because I don't want to break while I'm doing this. Stir it too much, they're kind of dried and crisp. All right, we're gonna see how much room we're gonna have now. All right, bay leaf, bay leaf, bay leaf. For me, I am going to start, I'm gonna give that, my parsley, my chopped parsley has to come in. Should have came in already, late to the party, but it'll be okay. A little bit more, a little bit more. All right, I think we're finally done with this cleaver. Leave it to beaver. Like Ward and June Cleaver. And the beef. All right, Normally I would just let it go for a minute longer, just to char a little bit on the bottom. And in the interest of time, pour in the stout. Yep, that's a whole 12 ounces minus that drop. And let that hopefully start to boil a little. It's on medium well on a gas burner, so it should not take long to boil. Rinse that can out, recycle it. And some nice salty chicken stock. Better than bouillon. There's more chickeny bit that didn't absorb at the bottom. And gonna want to start stirring a hair, because even though there's liquid, there are things that can stick and burn to the bottom still, especially if they've been there before the liquid. Like the meat. Veggies probably be okay, but you know, most people don't get their brown and their gumbo from a stout, but that's, I think it goes in there well. Kind of my little touch that makes it different from most other gumbos, and my wife doesn't really like gumbo anyway, so she can't complain that I'm doing crazy stuff. Especially if I don't tell her. And then a little Tabasco. This is almost empty, so I'm not adding as much as it looks like, but it is maybe a lot. There was hardly any left in the bottle, and I'm going to finish the bottle and throw it away. Yeah, we'll call that empty and trash it. And that's going to be a spicy gumbo. I guess I better add a little salt. And that's it. Just stir it up. As it comes to a boil, keep working, scraping the bottom. Even though there's liquid and stuff everywhere. And I can smell that beer above everything. But really, it disappears in the flavor. It just thickens it and gives it depth. What is that? You never know it's peanut butter and chocolate or marshmallow or whatever kind of stout you went with. Go for an expensive one that looks delicious. That's my advice. One that's speaking to you. Right? So at this point in time, we're going to want this to come to a boil, reduce it to low, and then just keep stirring it every couple minutes on low as it simmers for 15 to 20 minutes at least, right? Because you gotta cook that chicken, so it's gonna maybe take longer, maybe take 20, 25. But yeah, just keep working it. If you want to cover it in between stirring it, you can. Leaving it uncovered, it's going to lose more moisture and thicken up more. And you can always add more broth or water even, because it's going to have plenty of flavor. Or if you just absolutely love that beer, you can add more stout, more whatever. Any liquid you like. You know, I added chicken bouillon. You could definitely do beef. And whatever, you know, andouille sausage is kind of the standard Cajun deal. And more Cajun the place you get it from, the better. If you can find a Cajun butcher, boucherie. That's a good one. Good way to go. And then when it's all done, after the 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes, you know, leave the lid on for a while, let it finish cooking that chicken with the heat off. And then once it's cooled, mostly at least, pull the chicken out and pull it off the bone throw it back in, break it up into bite-sized pieces, throw it back in, throw all the bones away. But you cook it with the bone in so it gives that extra flavor to this stock. Of like a bone broth, you know. And also the health of all the goodness in the marrow. Chinese medicine, that's essence, which is what helps you live a long life if you're gonna die of natural causes. Well, I think I've told you all I need to tell you. I guess I can turn off the camera, let you go, but you're gonna stir it, keep working it until it comes to a boil, which is not gonna be long now. Reduce that heat down to low, which is on the big burner, so it's not fully low. And just keep scraping that bottom every 2 to 3 minutes and stirring it up, obviously, as you do so. Mixing it up. And then cover it when you kill the heat. If not, doing it, covering it in between stirs. And then pull the meat off the bone after it cools. Reheat it back up, serve it. Sure enough, it's sticking as it thickens. All right, take it easy.